Okay, time to go visit Uncle Phil in the hospital. That's the way I feel sometimes. Got a lady across the street's out working on the yard. I nicknamed her, as I've nicknamed a lot of stuff, nicknamed her Mom 120 because you see her over there sometimes, she'll be tending her yard or washing her car or making something look good, and she's got a big stogie hanging out of her mouth. Hope this truck's got some gas left in it. This gas gauge can go up about a half a tank, and then it drops and drops and drops, and then you find out you got about half a gallon left in it. If you can't remember what it had. I think it's got some. Alright. Oh, something's going out on the wrecker over there. I just saw that thing go by about 30 minutes ago. Piece of shit. There they come. They knew I was going to try to back out, and there they come. Oh, that's Mom 120's husband right there. Mr. 120. Excuse me, I didn't mean to snort like that. I hate hearing that on videos. And now I'm doing it. Here's somebody trying to do a video and telling you something, all of a sudden they're shit, dude. Alright, here we go. Well, do you know how I know that any law forbidding talking on the cell phone while driving is never going to be enforceable, at least in this state of Alabama? I know that when I see city police and deputy sheriffs and even the state troopers talking on their cell phones in their patrol cars. When I see that, I know that we're never ever going to be able to enforce that law. I did get one of those cheap dashboard cams like RP got. That pretty much shocked me that he got his, because I thought he was just committed to using the old homemade thing that goes over the seat that keeps falling over. Curious about something, guys. Tooling along here on this 2-lane road. This is just a little county road here, and the man in front of me is obeying the speed limit. He's going about 44 miles an hour. I think the speed limit is 43 here. And I'm curious why there's people that, like him, some people that will obey the speed limit, and then some, like this guy back here, just come flying up on me. Those folks like that back there, they act like the speed limit doesn't even exist. So somebody please explain to me how this happened, that people started disregarding the speed limit blatantly, not just a little bit, I mean blatantly. I see it all the time now. It's like, I don't know if it's because that the cops don't worry so much about enforcing speed limits anymore. You never see the cops around here sitting out running the radar, and I'm not all for that. I'm not crazy about being surprised by a cop or, you know, pulled over for sure, but especially doing this. But you know what I'm saying? I just, you know, it kind of irritates me a little bit because, you know, I'm not saying we all need to go right on the dead on the speed limit, and I don't do it. I drive a little bit over the speed limit normally, 5 or 6 miles an hour over, but I don't just blow the speed limit away, you know. You know, it's like these guys back here, they're riding right on my ass like I'm holding them up. You know what? I don't mean to be using such bad language, but I really don't give a rat's ass who's in a hurry. If I don't want to drive any faster than the speed limit, I promise you, no matter how close you go to my bumper, I'm not going to drive any faster. You can go suck one for all I care, because I don't care, man. You're not going to, you know, people seem to think that they're going to influence, say the speed limit's 40 here, so that, oh man, he's actually right on the speed limit. He's actually a bit over, but you know, I don't care. Now, don't ride people's bumper when they're in the right, you know. Because, like I said, number one, we don't care. Number two, we're not going to go faster. Number three, if you're in a hurry, if you're late, that's your own problem. It's sure not my problem. And you know what? The thing is, if I was going along through here and I thought I'd just cave in with these people behind me and go faster, and I got pulled over for speeding, you think they'd come pay my ticket? No. They'd sit in their cars and they'd laugh. So, oh, I'm glad it wasn't me. So it gives me great pleasure to hold people up by obeying the speed limit. If you don't like it, it's like that song, that country song, if you don't like my speed, get back on the interstate. Exactly right. And you know, everybody, they're like children. People that drive cars are like children for the most part. You know, when mommy and daddy, the cops, are not out here watching them, they'll drive way over the speed limit and disobey laws. But when the cops are around, oh, we're doing good. We're behaving. See, we're driving the speed limit. We're not doing anything wrong. Don't yell at us, Daddy. Don't get us in trouble. We're doing good. See? Of course, I was driving the speed limit the whole way up here. I wasn't speeding at all. Ha 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 ha. I bet you'd like to go faster, wouldn't you? See these trees here on the right side of the road? They're blooming out. They look really nice. Those are very prolific down here in the south, and they are called Calorie. It's spelled C-A-L-L-E-R-Y, pears. Those are not dogwoods. Those are Calorie pears. Sometimes incorrectly called Bradford pears, but they bloom out real early in the spring. And then they don't bloom for long. See, that one's already starting to turn green. So it's probably been bloomed out a week. That one's already green. You see, there's many of them up here too. They're planted as a ornamental. And those trees are originally from China and Vietnam. And the climate here in the southeastern United States is very close to that of China and Vietnam. So those trees thrive here. And according to Wikipedia, they've thrived so well that they're considered a nuisance now, as a matter of fact. See, there's one over there. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to recommend something to you guys. And I'm not trying to be dirty about this, but it's true. If you have one of those around you, don't put your face up to those flowers and give a good sniff on that and tell me what it smells like. Wikipedia also says what it smells like, and I agree, unfortunately, but anyway. So, yep, Calorie pear. That's not spelled like the calorie you burn. C-A-L-L-E-R-Y, Calorie pear. And we're getting pretty close to the hospital here. Now I know what you guys are probably saying. Well, you're just lecturing people about their speeding, and you look like you're holding a camera in your hand. Well, you don't know that. This camera may be mounted on something else. May not be in my hand. So. All right, here we are. As soon as this person gets going here, so I can get over, I'm going to turn it into Marshall Medical Center North. My mother used to have, when she was alive, she had a very comical name for this place, and I've unfortunately forgotten it. I think it was something like Scant City Nurses Station or something. She's not a fan of this place. She only went up here in the most dire of circumstances. Okay. Now I want to tell you something, guys, that's kind of rotten about this whole deal. You know, Uncle Phil lives with a roommate, and now the roommate's wife, and they're nothing but a couple hangers-on. And so Uncle Phil got sick the other day. He knew, by now he knows when he's coming down with pneumonia well enough, so he evidently waited on them to bring him up here. Whoops, I went the wrong way. I think I gotta go. Let's see if I can back out here. Evidently he started coming down with that and knew it, and waited on them for 3 hours or so to bring him here to the hospital. And guy over here wandering around like I am. Anyway, that's the entrance there, by the way. He knew he was coming that way on them 3 hours to bring him up here, and waited at the end of the 3 hours. Come on, old man, get her back then. End of the 3 hours, he went in there, and they were in their bedroom. No, they weren't doing that, thank God, but went in the bedroom and they were on their phones, messing around with their phones. I was looking for his truck up here. Oh, I bet they drove it back home. Bet they did. So they got to wait. So they don't have their own car. Man, I tell you what, I think I'm gonna have to put a valve cover gasket on this truck. This thing, I smell oil. Been smelling that a little bit, and I've looked, and I can't really see it smoking out there, but it's one of those jobs I can very much do without doing. It's one of those have-to-do jobs, which I'm not crazy about doing. So anyway, they're the ones that wrecked the Isuzu Rodeo, might add. Well, I'll go over here and park in the visitors parking lot, I guess. So I quit being nosy. My brother comes up here and eats supper every once in a while. I've got a cafeteria in here. I didn't think much of it when I came up here and ate, but he seems to like it pretty good. Hope I can sneak my camera in. That would be nice. I'm going to try to. We can visit Uncle Phil at his bedside. All right, here we go. I'll carry a newspaper in or something, kind of disguise it. All right, well, we found Uncle Phil, and what happened, Phil? Did you get in another one of those bar fights? You're gonna have to stay out of those places. This looked like this one was pretty rough.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Well, that's not actually what happened. Uncle Phil's has to fight off an episode of pneumonia every once in a while, so he knows that the best thing to do when that happens is to get on in here to the tune-up place here. So he's been in here since Friday.
Yeah.
Today's Tuesday. He's been in here a while, and he's hoping that he might get to go home tomorrow, and he might maybe the next day. He's got to do some getting up and walking around and stuff. And when I came in here, I was afraid I was going to find you asleep, but you were chowing down on your dinner over there, so that was good. What'd they bring you? What was it?
I think it was like a hamburger steak
Yeah.
and beans
Yeah.
and some rice, but it was too spicy for me. I already got the heartburn, so I need nothing spicy.
Are they giving or letting you take your Prilosec?
No. He said everything that I take is in that bag, but I got the heartburn, so they're gonna bring me something.
Yeah. I hate heartburn. I get that every once in a while.
Oh man, I hate it too, and it hurts.
Feels like somebody's just boring right into your chest with something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's burning a hole in it.
And right there, and that's where it stays, and it just hurts.
Yeah. 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 I have it too sometimes. Boy, at least you didn't have to eat out of that bag. You remember like my friend did the other day. Remember when we went to see him? Remember he was eating he had to have always, he couldn't get enough nutrients through his food, so he was.
Oh, Lee?
Yeah, he wasn't eating, so.
Yeah, you have to feed him.
Had to feed him through his veins there.
Yeah. Well, for 2 days he had me on a liquid diet.
Yeah.
Everything was liquid.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Talking about my pee bottle. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. The pee bottle is out of sight to the left here. We're trying to keep that out of the.
Yeah.
No, they don't want to see that. No, it's okay. I got it out of the camera. You don't have to worry about it. But, yeah. I pee freely.
Yeah. I can put it over here.
No, that's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. We got it. But anyway, we weren't going to make a long video. We just wanted to catch up with Uncle Phil and see what was going on. And so he gets out of here and he's get back into the swing of things, hopefully.
Yeah.
You're waiting on the engine hoist right now.
Yeah. That's as soon as I can get out of here and give me a couple days of moving around.
Well, sure.
That's on my list.
Sure. All you gotta do is just come down and I'll get it put in your truck and you can go back and if you're wondering what the engine hoist is for, guys, Uncle Phil's gonna yank that mill out of the Caprice and do some cleaning up and resealing and painting and things and drop it back in, I think. So he's gonna do that. So
Yeah.
hopefully. Yep, it's perfect time for it. The weather
Oh,
was.
you hear noises.
Yeah, it was like somebody fell over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever hear somebody near hollering? Ah, ah,
No. Not like
ah.
I did the last time.
Huh?
Not like I did the last time.
What happened the last time?
I don't know what the hell she was doing, but man, she was like screaming and hollering and I don't know, she was on something.
Well, maybe she was in pain or something.
All night long.
They will. Hey, you been in a nursing home, haven't you? You ever visit people in a nursing home?
Yeah.
The old folks in there? You know, that's what they do. They just over and over and over and over.
Yeah, but this wasn't this was screaming.
Oh, well.
Like someone was trying to kill her.
Maybe she saw her bill when she was getting ready to leave.
Could have been.
What's that old joke about the restaurant?
Yeah.
If the food don't kill you, the service will. Yeah. Yeah, it always worries me because they put that cover over your meal right there, and it's like you don't know what you're getting until they pull the cover off of it, and then you're like, ah.
Well, I made my order this morning, so.
Well, you know, when Lee was there, you know, Lee, we're talking about one of my friends that just had open heart surgery, by the way, guys, but, you know, Lee was over there, man, they came in and, heck, I asked him what he wanted to eat the next, you remember, you weren't in there for that, you weren't there for that. They came in and they had a, I may need to borrow your thing here in a minute if I keep clearing my throat like that, but they had this thing, it looked like a cell phone thing almost, like a big huge, like a I guess it was one of those iPads. Maybe it was an iPad. It didn't look like one. It just looked like a little machine. And they asked him what he wanted to eat the next day. And I haven't even been in restaurants that gave you that many choices. They said, you want this kind of cereal, that kind of cereal, that kind of bread, this kind of bread, eggs, how you want your eggs, you want that, you want this on them, you want that. I told him, I said, he was turning down everything. And I said, man, that sounds pretty good. Well, I'll come in there and eat. Yeah.
The only thing is they just don't give you enough. I mean, it's a little helping of the scrambled eggs and 2 pieces of bacon and a roll.
Yeah.
And that's it.
They can look at us and know that we definitely
Need more.
Yeah.
My sister said order 2.
That's right.
Well,
they probably wouldn't do that because.
But I don't want to. Oh, I can get 2, but I'm getting 3 meals a day. So at 6:30, 7 o'clock is breakfast, and then breakfast, and 11:30, 12 o'clock lunch, and then 6 o'clock, well, maybe 12:30 is lunch and then dinner.
Yeah.
And now that's enough for me.
Yeah, right.
Little portions, because I've lost a lot of weight.
Well,
went from 200 down to 183.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I need to lose some myself. Yeah, they say it's better to eat 3 small meals than it is to eat 1 huge one. Because if you eat 1 huge one, then you're so hungry by the time you eat it, you just gorge yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't get enough to eat. I can't get enough to eat.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. I'd like to lose some weight.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut it down and visit with Uncle Phil a while longer. So hopefully next time we see him, we'll be back to the good old usual routine. Yeah.
Maybe I should be doing my car.
Exactly. We'll catch up with you on that. Until then, guys, we're out.
I'm blowing smoke.
Look at this, guys. Uncle Phil's taking his breathing treatment.
Kicking my nose.
Hey, Phil. Is that some good stuff?
No. Wish it was. Pocket gas. But no, just, I don't know, clearing out my lungs, I guess.
You got some smoke coming out of your ears.
I do. What I got coming up my eyeballs and...
You know what's going to happen? You have to come... It's going to come out down there.
Maybe that's why I've been frozen out.
Hey, I need to borrow that thing after doing it. That could help me with my coughing probably a little bit.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I don't know why that is. Every morning now, I don't smoke, and every morning for about 2 hours, I'm like... Every single morning. Yeah. Puff the Magic Dragon.
Live by the sea or something like that.
Well, they did just check Uncle Phil's oxygen with your little finger thing, and it was 95, which is good. So that's good. That means you're getting enough oxygen. You won't have to use that mask, the oxygen mask.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I've been having to wear that thing up my nose there since I've been here. He just took it off today.
Yeah, you don't want to have to tow one of those tanks around with you.
No.
Ooh.
Boy, that thing dries your mouth out, your nose. It hurts, it gives you a sore throat.
My mom used to have that, and used to use one, and she didn't leave it running. She'd smoke in there with it in there.
I know she did.
Yeah.
I watched her.
Yeah. Yeah, when I moved into her house down there, there was in the bedroom right by where her bed was, there was a big scorch mark on the carpet down there, like something that went...
That's where she dropped something, smoke or cigarettes or something.
It looked worse than a cigarette. It looked like a blowtorch. I'm wondering if she had a little accident with an oxygen machine in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless her heart. Yeah, oh well. Dear old mom. But all right, guys, we're gonna sign off for good now. So see ya.